All right, let's get right to it. We need to talk about power. I'm not talking about the stuff you find in textbooks, all neat and tidy. No, we're talking about the real thing, the kind of power that shifts continents, that decides who eats and who doesn't. And right now, there's a fundamental change happening in the physics of how our world is run, and we are going to break it all the way down.
Now you listen to that, let it sink in, because everything, and I mean everything we're about to discuss, boils down to that one choice. Are you going to let history just happen to you? Or are you going to plant your feet in the sand and decide that the shoreline, that belongs to you now?
So, let's get into it. To really get what's happening on the world stage, you gotta understand two basic logics, two different operating systems for how to exist, how to survive. And don't get it twisted, this ain't about the animal kingdom. This is about logic.
Now look at this closely. This isn't just a simple comparison. It's the difference between being a slave and being a master. The predator, it's all gut, all instinct. It's hungry, so it eats. It's a reaction machine. But the hunter? Oh, the hunter is playing a completely different game. It has intent. It has a strategy. It doesn't just react to what's happening now, it's building what happens next. One is a slave to its own appetite. The other masters the entire damn terrain.
And here's where we level up. The apex predator, the biggest thing on the block. It relies on one thing: mass, raw, overwhelming force. Think of it like a guy with a rifle. It's big, it's loud, and it absolutely wins the fight right in front of it. It owns the present moment. But the master hunter, it's not about one weapon. It's about the whole system. It's about stamina. It's about a logic that's still working long after the rifle shot is faded. The predator rules today. The hunter rules tomorrow.
So now we get to the real question, right? You're sitting there thinking, what does all this talk about predators and hunters have to do with anything? With geopolitics? With my life? Well, it has everything to do with it, because this was never about biology.
Not for one single second. This has always been and will always be about one thing: raw, unfiltered power.
So let's meet the players. On one side, you've got the apex predator, the lone superpower, the United States. So big, so powerful, so used to winning with that one big rifle that its moves have become, well, predictable. And on the other side, you've got the Sentinel Pack, a coalition of hunters, 16 of them. 16 middle powers who got real tired of just waiting for the tide. They started to think differently. They learned to hunt as a pack.
And just look at this. This chart shows you the sheer scale of the challenge. I mean, look at that gravity. You don't fight that head on. You don't bring a slightly smaller rifle to a rifle fight. You lose that fight every single time. No, you have to escape that gravity well. And you don't do it with more mass. You do it with superior strategy, with foresight.
So how's it done? How does a pack of smaller hunters coordinate to outmaneuver a giant? Simple. You stop playing the giant's game. You make a whole new game with a whole new set of rules. Your rules.
And this right here is the core philosophy. It's called the persistent hunt. See, the pack knows it can't win a heavyweight title fight, so it doesn't even step in the ring. Instead, it turns the whole thing into a marathon across a mountain range in the middle of winter. The goal isn't to be stronger. The goal is to be the last one standing when the giant is too tired to even lift its rifle anymore.
And here is what it looks like in practice. This isn't just some theory. This is tactical foresight in action. The Canadians call it making the superpower jump through hoops. It's a 21-day, perfectly synchronized escalation of pure logistical pain. Day 1, a new rule change every 12 hours. A week later, it's every 8. By day 14, every 6 hours. You see what's happening? No human bureaucracy on Earth can keep up with that pace. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. It's designed to prove a very simple point. You might have the gun, but we control the ground you're standing on. We control the flow.
Then there's this, the mirror protocol. It is beautiful, it is elegant, and it is brutal. You want to slap us with a tariff? Fine. The exact same tariff applies to your goods coming here. You demand to audit our companies? Great. Our auditors are now on a plane to audit yours by the exact same rules. It's not a negotiation, it's just physics. It's absolute reciprocity. You throw a punch, you better be prepared to take that exact same punch right back, instantly. So, look, this all sounds great on paper. But here's the billion-dollar question. How do you keep it all together? How do you stop the big apex predator from just picking off the weakest member of the pack, bribing one, threatening another? How do you make 16 different nations stick to the plan?
You do it with this number, 50%. This is the price of admission to the new club. This is the glue. This is what makes the whole damn thing unbreakable.
It's called the pony up mandate. You want to be a leader in this new world? You want to run a major company? Then you pony up. Half of your entire personal net worth, your houses, your stocks, the whole shebang, it goes into a collective trust. Your personal fortune is now literally bonded to the health of the entire pack. All of a sudden, national security isn't some abstract idea you talk about on TV. It's your kid's college fund. It's your retirement. That is skin in the game.
And this is how you enforce it. This is the hammer. Who judges you if you break the rules? Not your buddies, not your political party, a rotating jury of 11 people from the other 15 nations. They don't know you, they don't owe you anything. They look at the facts and they decide if you've been loyal to the hunt. And if you haven't, they liquidate in their bond. That 50%? Gone. It creates a system where integrity isn't just the right choice, it's the only profitable one.
So, what's the end game? What is all this for? Is the idea to kill the apex predator? To become the new king of the jungle? No. The goal is something much smarter, much more ambitious.
You don't kill it. You domesticate it. You use this relentless, intelligent, coordinated pressure to teach it new rules, to make it part of a balanced ecosystem, instead of this massive, unpredictable force that just consumes everything in its path. The objective is to restore balance, to create a world where no single power can hold everyone else hostage.
And this quote, this says it all, doesn't it? Yeah, the lion is king, huge, powerful, rules the sunny day. But his rule depends on the weather. Because when the environment changes, when the winter comes, a different kind of power matters. The power of the pack, the power of stamina, strategy, and collective survival. And you better believe it, the winter is coming. So that leaves us with one last question. And you gotta ask yourself this, seriously. You look at the evidence, you see the shift from brute force to systemic intelligence. You see the change in the game. Is the age of the lone giant, is it over? Is the future gonna be ruled not by the biggest lion, but by the smartest pack? Think about it.